Good evening. Welcome to this edition of the Evening Review Show. We are speaking to Jerome Classen. He is one of the graduates of the latest cohort of the MultiChoice Talent Factory. Thank you for joining us in studio, Jerome.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now, Jerome, can you tell us when and where your love for filmmaking started, and how did you feel when you were accepted into the program?
Okay. Now, my love of filmmaking started through music, actually. Now, in my location, I was raised in Tamara location. So it was a rough, at the time I was growing up, it was rough. There was gang wars and such and such. So my uncle used to do extra activities such as playing soccer, and he was also in a choir. So I got into the music thing through him, because every night or during the day they will stand outside and they will have that a cappella section where they're just singing and having fun. So the music thing, since I was a kid, I was already in it. So I already started producing for people, started making music for people. So after high school, I went into IT. I studied IT for a while. Then I dropped out because the heart wasn't really in it. Then a while later, my mom got work at the College of the Arts, and so there was courses such as music there. So she was like, nah, there's sound engineering. Finally, something you can do with your hobby. That's what she used to call it. So she enrolled me there. So as soon as I was at the College of the Arts, I met different people that look at life differently, and that pushed my ambition a little bit more, because I wanted to adventure more, learn more about life itself, or just art itself, and that pushed me a little bit into working with other people at the College of the Arts. So I started interacting in different sectors. So the more I interacted, the more I became like part of their unit. So when it became time for our final project, which was to work with different departments at the College of the Arts, I was already like we were already gelling. So I already got used to the environment where you're in. So the love already started developing that. After the College of the Arts, I did some internship at MPC, and that also enhanced my love for the film industry itself. Then afterwards, I went to another company called Interbanikwa Investments, as well as Sniffle Media. They are a partner company, and in that we used to do ads. We did the gender-based violence radio show for Ministry of Gender, and I did other things that got me passionate about filmmaking. And COVID hit, bah! Then everybody got retrenched from work. So I was already like really passionate at that moment about filmmaking. So I didn't have work, but I still had that passion to do work. So I picked up my cell phone and I started shooting short films and other, even web series that I put on YouTube called Dikasi, just to involve the community, because that's one of the things I really want to do. I want to involve the community in what I'm doing, which is filmmaking. So at that time, I'm always going like it's work. I'm like clocking in, even though I'm the one paying people so they can act for me. I'm clocking in like it's work, like every Saturday, because some people I'm working with, I only come through the weekend. So I'm clocking in. One day my mother just sees, oh, there are people that went out of the country doing things that you do, making movies and such. I'm like, which are these people? Then I recognize one of the alumni. I'm like, wait, we were working together when she left, but I didn't know where she was going. So as soon as they opened up, she let me know, nah, it's that time. We enrolled. Then MultiChoice came through.
Wow, your mom is quite the mom manager.
Ah.
And what a beautiful twist, eh? I mean, are you doing the Kasi videos?
The Kasi, yeah.
So where can one check that? Is it on YouTube?
It's on YouTube. We have YouTube as well as Instagram page. Both of them are the Kasi.
That's nice to know. So you've been trained by seasoned industry professionals from across the continent, including Nigerian filmmaker Tunde Kelani and veteran Kenyan producer Api Matere. So how has that experience been for you and that interaction with these experts?
Mind open. Like, I met up with people like Bobby Henney. Then I had conversations, or we had in a class conversations with people like that, and every time they say something, I realized that it's just not picking up a camera and pointing. It's an art form. It's telling a story with the lights, with the sound, with just placing the actor where they are. Sometimes you don't need dialogue to show emotion. You just need to show emotion or by the expression on the actor's face. So it was really mind-opening, the complexities of filmmaking. It's not something that you just do like this. No, it's like an art form you really have to practice, and every time more you practice on it, the perfect it becomes. And what I learned about legends like Bobby and even people from Naifa is to prepare. Like, preparation is really key in life. You never know when you're having a good day. Save up for the bad days. Like, prepare every time you have an opportunity, or just prepare for life. That's what filmmaking taught me, because it's like, sometimes I feel like 70% is preparation and the rest is shooting, and we got pre-prop after that, like post after that.
So when you mean save up energy, what are you talking about? Are you talking about the content, work hard and make sure there is some extra content for the days that you are tired, or your energy as a person?
When I say save up your energy, I mean like surround yourself with positive energy. Because the more you surround yourself with positive energy, you're boosting your energy. But as soon as you surround yourself with negative people, you're draining yourself as well as your soul. So that's what I'm saying, save up or just renew yourself by surrounding yourself with positive energy.
Okay, so you've had these experiences, judging from what you've learned and also the insight and knowledge that you've gotten from people like Bobby, who seem to have made a very huge impression on you, how do you think can the local film industry improve, or what can they do differently?
True. I've been not in the industry for a long time, probably 2018 when I really got introduced to the industry. But I've seen like the Namibian film industry is really progressing now, because you get people like young filmmakers, people like 21 with great scripts, great ideas, and they have the literacy, the film literacy to push. So my thing that I want to emphasize is just I work hard and create more content, and content should not be like influence from outside. I mean, content from within our borders, content from the streets where you live in, how you grew up, stories that you heard from your grandmother. We just have to keep it local. We gotta keep it authentic to us. So that's the only thing we need at this moment. Just work hard and keep it local, authentic to us. Because the thing is, we know how Americans live by the movies we see. Okay, this is how this location is, this city is, because that's how what they show, their lifestyle. We know how South Africans live by the movies they portray. So that's the only thing we have to do. We have to show the world the lives we live here.
So you're talking about, yes, we must tell our own stories, the way we live. And also I want to go back to you using your cell phone during the pandemic. Do you think that's an area that people can explore in, especially upcoming filmmakers, to begin with a cell phone? And do you think people see that as perhaps too basic?
Not really. There's like a quote that I've been living by. A bad carpenter blames their tools, meaning I can't be sitting around because I don't have a camera, I can't shoot, I don't have a computer, I can't edit. No, I got the resources around us, and everybody got resources around us. If you don't have a phone, your friend does, your mom has. So you can grab a phone, because there are like international film festivals that are looking for film makers or just people to give content, and some of them specialize in just content for cell phones. Then we have music videos on YouTube from people like Cole Bennett, and other people that are like, in those videos have over 1 million views, shot with a cell phone. So we have the movie 2012, that was also shot with an iPhone, and it has a Grammy on its belt. So what I'm saying is, don't wait for people. If the only thing at the moment you have is a cell phone and you have a burning desire to tell your story, go ahead.
So funding is obviously a very big issue. So number one, in terms of the shortage of funding, which many people experience when they would like to start out as filmmakers. How do you think can they, obviously these are some of the issues you addressed during your training, how to collect funding, how to get funding for your projects. What advice do you have for filmmakers out there when it comes to getting funding for your projects? Then also the skills that you've learned, how are you going to, what are you doing with it right now, and how are you working towards improving the local industry with that?
Okay. In terms of funding, let me be very, very, very honest. I am a person that tries my utmost not to lie. I'm still finding it out. I'm still figuring out the kinks. But there are places like the Film Commission, they ask for scripts. So if you have a story that moves people enough, you can give it into the Film Commission. Then you have places like MultiChoice, and you have other open platforms. You just have to research it, that you can give in your script or your plot or your idea. That means for the film industry, the art we are in, the craft we are doing currently, you have to take out a little money in the beginning. It might not pay out this year, but it will pay out. That's a guarantee. But in order to, one of the things we were learning was how to shoot a movie with little to no budget. It was like they emphasize on that, because as Africans, even if we go to major companies, what they were saying is we don't get the entire funding we need. That means we have to be able to work around the little we do have. So, for example, let's say you need to shoot a movie, then you just look around. You don't put a lot of cast in it because you don't have a big budget. So you minimize the cast as well as the locations. Probably shoot here, in the street, a house close by. That means you're saving budget. That means you just gotta work around the budget you already have. Even at 5,000, it's not a lot, but it's enough to shoot a plot to pitch your channel. Something the channel might like, and as soon as channel likes, then you can get. But the thing is, sometimes we spend our money on making a movie, entire movie, writing a script, and nobody wants to touch it. That's why already when the script is young, you pitch it to different places that can give you funding. If it's a gender-based script, and you also gotta learn who the person you're selling it to. It can't be, okay, you know it's gender-based violence. So Ministry of Gender, Education, something about youth empowerment, you gotta go to this place. You know, you gotta know who the person you're also targeting is when you're asking for funds.
Okay, going back to the question about your skills and how you are going to apply it to improve or to contribute to the improvement of the local industry. Also, could you tell me what stood out for you in this course that you attended?
What stood out to me, let me start with that question. The thing that really stood out to me is when I was other side in Zambia. I was with a lot of countries, like different countries, different nationalities, and we all clicked as family. And that showed me how, I even there was a line that was also said yesterday, break the borders. And that's where we currently at a place that I can call somebody from another place just to say, yo, can you help me out with this and this and this? Because we are moving to a digital era that unites Africa as a little bit more as one. So that stood really out to me. I never looked at it like that, that our neighbors are helping us and we are helping them in some way or another. So when I'm here, I kind of want to unite that also, because I'm from the Mara location, like I said, as well as me and my mom used to move around a lot. So I've seen a lot of locations. So along that time, I've seen divisions in the people I've been working with, or just in the location. Even at school, you have this group together, this group together. So one thing that I want to contribute, especially when I'm shooting, I'll be shooting a couple of movies for some to pitch your channel, some specifically for specific film festivals, because there are certain film festivals I really want to attend. So for specific film festivals, I'll be shooting content. So in that place, I want to show the culture of Karutura. When I say the culture of Karutura, I mean the Bambus, the Hereros, all how everyone interacts, even though we don't understand each other with the language, but we share something by the people we are, or the location, or the place we were raised. So that's one of the things that stood out for me. And the thing that stood out for me, I think, the most was the Bambus. They had a rose, all how everyone interacts, even though we don't understand each other with the language, but we share something by the people we are, or the location, or the place we are raised. So that's one of the things that stood out for me. And the skill set that I learned is going back to I was in a cohort of incredible talented young minds. So I had never wanted to be a script writer, but now they got me writing scripts out here. Every time I got an idea, I'm like, oh, let me just type it down a little bit. Then we edited a movie now. I even go back to things that are from the cast, the old things, just to edit, because the thing is, I've learned so much or picked so much from every mind, because we had long, intensive talks about what they are passionate about. And a little bit, you know, sometimes people are so passionate about something, it clings on to you a little bit. So it has clinged on to me, like the whole film industry. So I went in as a sound engineer, but now I believe I left as a filmmaker.
Astonishingly. So we'll be back after a short break.
Okay.
My.NA Property Show provides viewers with the best in-class content, engaging interviews, as well as a showcase of the latest property-related products and services. If you would like to feature your brand or your campaign on this platform, contact My.NA at synergy.com.na. My.NA Properties, more than just a roof over your head.
The My.NA Cars Show provides viewers with the best in-class cars content, engaging interviews, as well as a showcase of the latest cars-related news, products, and services. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact My.NA at synergy.com.na. My.NA Cars, more than just a ride.
So we were speaking to Jerome Classen. He is one of the latest cohort of graduates of the MultiChoice Talent Factory. Now, before we went on a break, you were talking about how you have transformed from thinking you were just a sound engineer to now becoming a full-blown storyteller. So can you tell us what your future plans are, what kind of movies you would like to work on? Because you've also talked about breaking the borders. And you would like to talk, share the story of Katutura. So, talk to us about that.
Future plans are divided in stages. Since I was in Zambia, one thing I've learned is planning. Planning is key. Preparation is key for success. So, I believe I'll be working in stages. First and foremost, my plan will be just getting equipment and getting registered. Then afterwards, I'll be trying to get my name out there. Meaning I'll be collaborating with the people I already met to look through scripts, because I met great script writers there to help me before even I start shooting or holding the camera, because I met incredible DOPs, people that see the world differently.
What are DOPs?
DOPs are directors of picture or directors of photography. Those are the person that's behind the camera, actually, not the camera operator. We don't even have camera operators out there. We have cinematographers. Now, the person head of the cinematography world is the DOP. I've met like incredible people. They walk into a room, they're like, okay, the lighting looks like this, it looks like this, I should put the camera here. I've met eyes like that, so I will be collaborating with them, like people from outside. Some of them are from Zambia, some are from Zimbabwe, places from different people from different places. I'll be collaborating with them just to break the borders, like I said, because that's like initially one of my greatest plans in the future. So if I want to make a movie in a different country, or a person from a different country, because we have different, when I, like a tourist, not as a filmmaker, when I was traveling around Zambia, I saw it and I was wondering, like, it reminded me of part of Namibia, like their way, Rundu, them are, and it intrigued me how similar we are. Even the way people were talking, some words I could hear this a little. I'm a Damara, but I've been growing around
could hear
people.
The Silozi.
Huh?
No, they're also speaking Silozi.
They speak Silozi,
so,
and they speak other languages. Sounds like Herero and Vambu. you know, the similarities, the way they eat, the way they talk, certain things. It's like we share cultures out there.
Oh.
So that's the thing that I want to show people, that even though we come from different houses, we share the same culture, we share the same story. So that would be one of the things that I want to do. And the other thing that I want to do is empower my society. Because a few years back, a man told me these words. He asked me out of the blue, do you know what role models are? And I'm like, yeah, people you want to be when you grow up, people you inspire to be. And he said sometimes young kids look at criminals and other people and inspire to be them. Role models are not sometimes always positive things. After hearing those words, I was like, it makes sense. Because there will be a kid that watch a movie like Salute and he goes into the street and wants to be the person that's stabbing people. So after that, I realized I want to be the other person, a role model for the good, a pillar in the community, striving for something else. So one of my future plans is, after I get my equipment and my company registered, it's just recruiting actors here in Namibia, because there are characters out here, people that change emotion, tell stories, but they don't have a platform to put it out there. So I want to be that person that can bring out the platform, meaning teach people how to act. Some people take already beautiful pictures, teach them how to hold the camera, when to take a picture, when not to take a picture. Because, or even when it's just things like making music, I want to open a place, a media house where the youth can go. Like we at the College of the Arts, before at the College of the Arts, it was KCAC. And that was the place we had. But since budget cut and the government got whatever they did, I'm not in politics like that. So after that, they had to cut out certain things. Youth empowerment. The library doesn't have shows anymore. They don't do plays no more. Things like those got cut out. I want to bring things like that back. Even performances at the National Theatre, it got less. I have a friend that usually tells me about that. Like, he says these words, this is his words. Around, before even COVID landed, Namibian music died, Namibian live music died, because people started going out or just announcing we have a live performance, there are bands, you know, those things died, and those were the things of empowering the community or just youth in
general.
So I want to bring things like that back. And the other thing, you asked which type of movies do I want to shoot. I want to shoot what I have seen in life. I want to see. I want
You
to
want to be our Quentin Tarantino?
Hey, it's big shoes, but somebody gotta fill them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to shoot. I want to be somebody that speaks for the people that don't have voices. There are a lot of people out there suffering, tragedies happening. Some people even have love stories out there. There was a homie like a few years ago. I'm out of the College of the Arts. I even got work. I'm out here, but I'm stressed. I'm standing there. Homie comes out. He's homeless now. Now, before he became homeless, he came from a wealthy family. But when he came to Karutura, they didn't like the family and got an option. We disown you, or you stop hanging with these people. But the thing is, he fell in love with somebody when he came to Karutura. So he decided, nah, I ain't leaving this love, and left all that money. I'm out here stressed, thinking about where to go. Homie's happy as can be because he got his wifey on his side. Then it hit me just there, like, there's beautiful stories, but we look at them as tragedies because nobody told us the whole story. That homie is homeless, but he's happier than most people with money because he has what he believes his world is complete.
Sure, that's deep. But thank you for that. So in conclusion, since in that spirit of you wanting to be a positive role model, please just tell the young filmmakers, potential filmmakers, how they can apply for this program and what they should do to prepare themselves.
The best thing I can say is create content. Just have at least something you're already working on, because they want somebody that really is passionate about it, somebody that's not being held back by his circumstances or conditions he's under or hers under. Because it's like, I met great filmmakers out there, and I'm amazed by how they were working. So anybody can be accepted to the film and MultiChoice Talent Factory. The thing is, you just gotta stay online, check on the social medias when it's open. Just try to stay in the pool, which is easier for you to just get connected, because they always put on social media. They post how you just you just get the application form, you fill in, and all the things will be there. You just gotta be knowing when it's opening, when the due date is closing. So you gotta be on the social media, like the MultiChoice page, follow the MultiChoice page, obviously.
Thank you very much,
Okay.
Jerome, for
The
joining us.
message that actually I want to
Okay.
give is not to filmmakers in general. I want to give it to artists. The art industry here in Namibia is not, it's overlooked. Yeah, exact words I can use. It's overlooked, meaning some people, when I went to the College of the Arts, every time I told people, yo, I'm studying at the College of the Arts, do you know what they asked me? Oh, you're playing an instrument now. Do you paint? You know, that's the questions we get asked. But at the College of the Arts and places like that, we get taught more than just one thing. We get taught like the meanings of a lot of things. So as artists, like even though you got naysayers, people that don't believe you at the moment, just push on, you know. Some days will be dark, but you know, night day, they're related. Night will end, then day will come, meaning the hard times will come, but it won't last forever.
Thank you very much for turning this into a monogram. Monologue.
Yo.
Thank you for, once again, Jerome. It was awesome having you on the show.
Thank you very much for having me, though.
Thank you for tuning in. Until next time.